radio. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Moravia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. To spoon. To spoon. You from Vonjema, Maryland, to spoon. To spoon. If you eat kepan, gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. To spoon. You wanna get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today? Spoon TV. Spoon. Yes, what you got today? Spoon. Beseku. Spoon TV. Spoon. Ba. Spoon. Skibidi dabado. Spoon TV. Spoon Entertainment. Kuwa. Beseku kuwa kudileo. Kuwa kudileo. Todo spoon. Yes, what you want. Todo spoon. Yes, what you want. Batileo. Spoon television. Yes, what you want. Batileo. Spoon radio station. Spoon television.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, Stan coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
Todo spoon to get your information. Todo spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station.
Okay, so this is Spoon Television, Spoon Radio Station, tuned to Spoon to get your information, to know what's happening in Liberia, what's happening at the ministries, the agencies, what are the policymakers saying, what are they doing. This is where you get the news. And I'd like to say welcome. Thanks to all of you for joining us tonight on this edition of the program, the late night show, the late night politics on Spoon. Yes, we are starting a bit earlier tonight because we have a lot to dive into. Of course, as you know, there's been some adjustments to the late night politics time, and so we have to try to fit in the time. So again, I want to say welcome. Thanks to all of you joining us here tonight on the show. My name is Nelson Colette, and I want to say thanks to all of our folks across the internet who have joined us as well as we get ready to talk about Liberia, to talk about our country, to talk about the happenings, and making sure that we update our folks here with the unfoldings in the country. So again, welcome to the show. Let me recognize a few of you in the comment section here quickly. I see Ishmael Kahaki, uh, Bespin, thanks for joining us tonight. And I see here, I see Shelton Flomo is here tonight, following from Monrovia. He says, Lofty Bono is here. Thanks for joining us, ma'am. I see Solo P. Solo P has joined us. Thanks for joining us, Solo. We appreciate you. And I see Bazi. Bazi is here tonight as well. Bazi, thanks for joining us. You can keep sharing the program as you join us tonight as we get ready to talk about our country, to talk about Liberia, to talk about uh, all of the unfoldings here tonight. Thanks to everyone for joining us on this edition of the program. Well, we have a lot to talk about tonight. So many things are unfolding, so many things happening in the country. And it's just very important that we talk about those issues as they unfold. And again, I want to go finally to the comment section and recognize a few of you here. I see Yedo Gogo. Thanks. That's Yande Gogo. Thanks for joining us. Ernest Joe Toel. Thanks for being here. Madam Marcia Snini. Thanks for being here, ma'am. We appreciate you. I see Henry Dayu. Thanks for joining us tonight as well on the program. So let's give you some updates quickly as we get ready to start the show. I'm gonna get the rest of the folks coming on tonight. Let's bring you some of the updates here. What are the issues making it up in the news? What are the unfoldings? What do we have to talk about tonight? Most of you woke up to this information about a burglary at the ministry, sorry, not ministry, but at the home of the legislature, at the House of Elders. Sorry. You woke up to this information about that action, a burglary at the legislature, and it all happened that the write up, first of all, that came from Senator Amara Conan was what got the attention of so many people. That was the first thing. That write up from Senator Amara Conan got the attention of so many people. Liberians woke up this morning and the first thing that hit our social media handles was this write up, and I'm gonna put it up shortly. Let me see if I can have it coming on here. This write up from the lawmaker, Senator Amara Conan. He posted this on his social media. I want to get it coming up here. As we move on with this is going to be part of our talking points here tonight. Okay. Sorry, this is the wrong one. So he posted on his social media some information about unknown individuals breaking into his office up Capitol Hill and taking away some items. Public documents were taken away. And so that was the first concern that came from the legislature. And so as that information rolled out, you know, and a lot of people being very shocked at what was being reported from there. Sorry, I'm trying to get this coming up here. Okay. So this is the first information that came out. As you see right on the screen there, the senator posted, "I'm sad to report that my Senate office in the Capitol building was burglarized over the weekend. The burglars entered through the back window, ransacked the office, and made away with documents relative to the medtech investigation. A log of compensation and gasoline benefits by my staff. Um, Let me get this again. A log of compensation and gasoline benefits my staff and I have received since February. So that log was taken away. And LRD 10,000 office petty cash for staff lunch was also taken away. The second paragraph of his letter says, I am told that 2 other senators' offices were affected by the burglary. I am reporting this here for 2 reasons. Number 1, the public needs to know when criminals break into a public building, we and our staff's safety matters. Number 2, to create awareness concerning stringent security measures that the legislature may put in place to protect lawmakers, their staffers, the public records, to prevent recurrence. This is very unfortunate. Our pro temp has launched an investigation. So as you see there, what was posted by the senator, you see the chairs, you see the window that was broken into. There's an image there from the facility inside and also from the external portion of the building. And so the lawmaker reported this. So many people woke up to this information. And immediately after he did that write-up, then the information about what happened with the other lawmakers started to surface. Senator Joseph Jala, the councilor of the senator, who is also a councilor from Lofa County, experienced the same thing with his office. And there was another situation with Senator Yaya Nimley of Grangeda County. His office was also broken into. Now, quick information here is that there was a little bit of rain last night. And usually when, there is this downpour, criminal activities will be on the rise. And before you know it, one thing to another, the security and all of those people will have to be on their alert. So 3 senators, 3 offices up Capitol Hill at the home of the legislature were breaking into. What are the actual stories behind this? Well, there was a lengthy interview conducted by the director of press with the head of security. We're going to play that interview here tonight. And let's listen and make analysis of the issue and get to hear from the chief of security's perspective. The information is that one person, precisely a security guard, one of the securities who was on duty last night when the burglary occurred, he has been arrested. He's now declared a person of interest. Why? Because he provided conflicting accounts relative to the situation that transpired. He's behind bars. But this is not something that happened at a market building. This is not something that happened at a place where there is less presence of security, a place that doesn't have that much of what it takes to have the kind of security that should be there. This is something that happened at the first branch of government, the legislature. And so we're going to talk about this issue tonight. And we are going to bring you this interview. We will hear from the chief of security, plus other issues we have to talk about tonight. It's going to be a fascinating show. Kindly share the program. Let's have a great show tonight. Just before coming in with that, uh, as part of the update, the former assistant minister for regional development at the Ministry of Agriculture, he was the minister for research and extension at the Ministry of Agriculture, one of the youngest ministers under the previous administration, Arvin Wise. He made a comment over the weekend. For the first time, and I stand to be corrected on this one, but I'm getting to see this young man surface in the news for the first time. He said this about the LDEA. He blasted the LDEA for allegedly failing to fight drugs, and he described the fight against drugs under the UP government as a mere bluff. Well, this is what Arvin Wisa is saying. He thinks that the fight against drugs in the country is a mere bluff on the part of the Unity Party administration. Well, he thinks that, and he has been arguing that the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency has failed to identify major drug areas in the country, but instead they found pleasure in beating ordinary Liberians who are victims. According to him, if and just if the fight against drugs must be taken seriously, if drugs must be taken away from the market, the Liberia Immigration Service should be empowered through a kind of a budgetary allotment to ensure that drugs do not enter into the country. He thinks that anything other than empowering the guys at the borders, the immigration officers, to combat, to stop the narcotic substance from entering the country, anything other than that will be just a mere bluff on the part of the current administration. Let me bring Moba on. Moba, thanks for joining us tonight. It's good to have you on the show.
Oh, thank you, Nestle, and thank you, and and thanks to all our listener, Radio Land, and Facebook as well, on social media, YouTube and stuff. Yeah, we're going, yeah, another day today. I've been busy a few days actually, but at
Yeah.
least this going down, and I'll be on. I can give you the insurance from today. I'll be on, regularly. I will try to,
Okay.
but we'll talk behind the scene. But thank you,
Yes.
and I hear you talking a lot of important things about
Yeah.
drugs,
I was just trying
and
to
also,
give some
yeah,
of the updates,
hmm
just
yeah,
before the official start of the show. Yeah.
yeah, and
So,
I hear some of your analysis and some of your what you bring to the table, Nelson. I mean, you are
yeah.
great, man. You are
So,
great,
but
actually. Yeah,
come on.
you do a lot.
But come on. Let's do this. We can have your opening. We can have you come in with your opening, and then
Mhm.
we officially start the show. Let's hear from you. What's on your mind?
Well. What on my mind? What on my mind? There's a lot of things going on in the country, but what really got to me today was, the whole.
Oh, Maba, are you with us? Are you here? Oh, okay. So there seems to be an issue here. Maba, you can just try to log on. Just log out and try to log in. I think it's gonna be better once you try to do that. Because there's a little bit of issue here with getting you to come through the right way. Okay, so folks, sorry about that. We had to do a very quick adjustment here. So, yes, Mobile will come back and he will continue from where he stopped. I think he's having a little bit of issue. Mobile, is good that you're back.
Yeah, thank
Okay,
you, man. I
so I
received a
think you
call.
can
That's
take
why.
on from where you stopped. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I will leave the machine on, and I will talk about the drugs issue. Look, it just frustrating. Like, if listening to a young guy who been in the country for more than a decade and looking at the differences between his turn when he was working with CDC and under the present government when it comes to drugs issue. Under that government, like, it just frustrating because under that government we saw a lot of people who were arrested who think that people, I mean, we were thinking that they were coming face the full weight of the law, but they were set free on the same drugs issue. How many people the past government can tell us how many people are in prison today for drugs issue? How many people they are arrested with drugs that bring to the that like they bring it to the public and people see people like, okay, you know what? This is what the CC government did on drugs issue, and you want to compare the people making blood. You know how many people they identical regime in 4 months are arrested when it comes to drugs issue? It just frustrating that if you see yeah, a young guy who about everything we can say is politics. That's true. I think it's politics because under this government, we are seeing a lot of changes when it comes to drugs, cushions thing. You guys in Liberia, the way doing drugs return and this regime, the way you need to see people falling all the time, people walking, people catching their cell, all that, it's not happening under this regime because this regime is fighting drugs to the 40th, and we should commend them. It shouldn't be a politics something. We all need to come together and work to fight drugs. And he talking about the people who are going for people who, who is victimized in drugs. No, it's not only the people who victimized. Even the people who selling the drugs, they are being arrested. They are being arrested and someone in court, someone in jail. So why our brother Alvin Wisdom will come and tell us that doing his regime and their regime, he making comparison that the people are not fighting drugs. It's just frustrating that, like in Liberia, we believe that everything people do, is politics. People take reality and mess up with politics and mess up with politics, and that is wrong.
You know,
We need to be serious.
Maba, this is important. I thought you were just doing your what's on your mind, but since you've entered the first talking point, so I think we can start the conversation from here. But interestingly, the former assistant minister is saying that the way the pattern that is being used to fight drugs is a serious disaster. And he's not just criticizing the process, but he's bringing to the table a solution. How he thinks he's proposing the best way to, address this particular situation. He thinks that the best way any government, especially this government, can fight drugs is to empower the LDEA. He's saying that the government, the Unity Party government, what they're on now is a bluff when it comes to fighting drugs. The only way they can make that progress, get at that level, is to empower the immigration, the immigration officers who are at the various borders across the country. It is when those people are empowered, when they have the necessary equipment, they have the resources and everything at their advantage, that they'll be able to fight drugs. But he says everything that's happening now is just, it's just okay. So he says everything that's happening now is more like a bluff and just a way of going after the end users, the people who are using the drugs, and not really is not really finding a lasting solution to this issue. But Francis, I know you just jumping in. You want to weigh in your thoughts on this?
I mean, yeah, that's it. I caught you guys in the middle of it, so I don't even know.
Okay, so great. So you can come back. You can come back. We're gonna come back to you. So, but Mobile, go
You
ahead.
want me? Yeah. Next thing, like, his suggestion, it makes sense actually.
Okay, so you agree
But
with the
I want
suggestion?
him. I come in.
Mhm.
You want me come in? I want him to mix it up with politics because fighting drugs is stuff from the border. Let's be realistic.
Mhm.
We the people like majority of who supported the Senegal government. Every day we come here and we tell Liberian people how we see things the right way. We're not here to tell you say, Baga will do this, Baga will do that, and end of the day we go behind you. We see the reality, we say we are politics. Now, in that his statement,
Mhm.
I would pick. I want when he come. I want him to mix it up with politics. Let it come out like the way he said it. Like, oh, the only way to fight drugs is to hit the border point. And it is true. Empower the border point people who did the immigration. Empower them. That's the only way because without you holding the border, there will be no drugs coming in the country.
But Mama, this thing, do you see any possibility here? I want to take you back a little. I want to take all of us back. Now, Avin is someone who served in government. Though at the time he served in government, that there was a lot of criticism, towards him, especially some people had this thing that, oh, this guy is still in university, he doesn't even have a first degree. The CDC government was criticized heavily for appointing Avin Wisse, a young man, to serve as assistant minister for research and extension at the Ministry of Agriculture. But it doesn't take away from the fact that he acquired some level of experience while serving in that position over the past 6 years. This is someone who is an ex-official of government. He's coming into the picture and he's telling an entity like the LDEA that everything you're on now is a mere bluff. With the Unity Party government, the fight against drugs is not going to make any progress. The only way you will succeed in this fight is when you empower the immigration guys at the borders. But again, like I said, let me take you back a little. You all remember when the LDEA boss, Colonel A.B. Krumah, at one point in time said he was feeling discouraged. He threatened to take all his guys from the borders. I don't know as to whether some of you guys remember that. He threatened to remove all his guys from the borders because the way the folks, some of the guys from the immigration service, the way they were handling the issue with the fight against drugs, it wasn't pleasant to him. But now, coming to where we are, and especially considering what Avin Wisse is saying, is it something to give attention to? Is there any assurance that when the immigration is empowered, let's say you give them all the logistics, you give them the money, you give them everything, is there any assurance that we're going to see a drastic decline in the proliferation of drugs in the country?
I don't think so, Nelson. Look, let me say this, right? With the present team, right? With the present team, with the drug enforcement, look, half of those guys have a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
The only thing that they're lacking right here is the funding. I think that's what I want to believe. Because look, Nelson, if you have the funding, you can do anything possible. Because without the funding, you're not getting manpower. How will you fight drugs when you get funding? And again, we all here can remember when Krumah came up here, A.B. Krumah came up here on the scenes of Spoon, and although he wanted to bash the government on a negative scene, he came out telling Liberian people that he needed funding to work to work tirelessly to bring the whole drugs thing to earn. And how are you going to do it? Funding. And now, look, I want to give Mr. Wisse any credence. Let me friend, because he was there for the past 6 years.
Was he fighting drugs? Was he the one responsible for the LDEA?
Okay, but now So I'll ask you a question. Is he responsible now for this drug issue? No. He's that's a surveillance, he's a citizen now.
He's a citizen like any other.
Yeah. But during that time, you're having the voice to talk and to move because He was part of the government. He was one of the bring the
So you
government.
are asking the question, what did he do when
What
he
did he
was
do
in authority? What
during
did he
that
do?
time to help
Okay, let's hold you there a
to
bit more.
stabilize the whole just issue? He did
Let,
nothing. So who want to hear him talking? Let him just relax.
okay, let's hold you there a bit more and bring in Francis. Francis, let's hear your take on this. An ex-official of government, a young man, one of the youngest assistant ministers on the previous administration, Ivan Wisse, is saying that the only way the government can succeed in the fight against drugs is when they empower the immigration. But aside from that, everything that is being done under this administration now is a mere bluff. They're going after uh, innocent Liberian citizens who are victims of this drug situation and not going after the root cause of the issue.
First of all, he lied about talking about the going after the victims, which are the end users. He lied. Most of the drug bosses are even folks from the psychiatry have been talking about sometimes is dealers, people that are bringing drugs into the country, or people that are selling them in large quantities. So Liberia now, everybody want to get sound bites. So they say anything that come out of their mouth. But on one point that he's right is, yeah, we have to empower immigration, because why it's true that some of the drugs are produced. Like the weed, some people are marijuana found and stuff in Liberia there, but majority of those drugs come from outside of Liberia and they come through the border. And who's watching our border? Our immigration service men and women. So, and those guys, the problem is the people are struggling. You can't give, they say, how you say, give monkey banana to keep. The monkey will eat it. So the immigration people, you're not paying our security apparatus in our country. I stress the three things again: security, healthcare personnel, and teachers. These are the three group of people that are supposed to be paid regularly. Everybody should get paid, but those three people should be paid, because immigration don't get paid. That open door policy. Anybody can drive through the border, just shake their hand with at least small thing inside, and your truck is moving through the border. You see, so he is right about that part. The LDA can do all the internal fighting they want, but if the drugs keep flowing in, some will leak through. Like, you can get the best goalkeeper in the world. Everybody, they keep taking shot on goal, they will eventually score on our goalie. So that's what's happening. The drugs keep coming through the border. But the immigration folks, they have to feed their family, which, even though it's wrong, but that's why our people should respect law enforcement, because it's a national security issue. Our people are dying over there, but you giving 30,000 to senators and representatives, say for county, development or wherever.
Legislative engagement.
Yeah, legislative engagement and all that stuff. 30,000 to each of them, so that 103 people you get 30,000 to, but the immigration police can get paid on time. LDA people ain't got no vehicle, their office not even set up right, and all that stuff. So it's like in Liberia, it's just opposite day in Liberia. The opposite day in Liberia. So I don't know, our country, I don't know, the people that are put in authority, especially our lawmakers, these people are useless people. Because
our lawmakers are honorable.
Let's look at from time immemorial. But ever since post-war, let's look at post-war Liberia. What have they done to really effect change in that country? When you take spaghetti,
someone may
right?
say they are making laws. Francis,
what are you talking about, Francis? You throw it against the wall, something will stick. Because I know some people want to say, oh, maybe in Money Bottle time they did this. Those people, anything they do that's good, it's not deliberate, it's accidental. It's accidental. They just be throwing anything that stick. That what happens. The people are not intentional. Because if you are intentional, you sit there and say, okay, let people be there with me, but let's attack this part of our problem first. When we fix it, we'll move to the next one. But none of them are intentional with anything they do.
Thank you, Francis. So partly you agree with this guy, and you think there's a need. So, but let's hear from you, Alfred, your founder. Thanks for joining us. I saw you were carefully trying to adjust your background, so I don't see what I saw the other time to see what I said. It's good to have you on tonight.
Thank you, and thank you for having me. You see, Nelson, I'm partly agree with the guy who said that the government have to empower the immigration. But one thing he too have to understand is that the immigration and the security, they are joined, because the immigration are working in the interest of the country, because they are serving the country, and the security also are serving the country. So you cannot separate them. So you cannot say pour more effort into this person and this person will solve the problem. So I agree with him partly, but both of them are working to the benefit of the country. So they just have to work together. You don't just have to put responsibility on one person. Though the immigration are standing to the front line to see whosoever enter in the country, if they enter legally or they enter illegally. But then let us look at our country.
But let me ask you this question, friends. Alfred, can the immigration we have right now put a halt to the importation of narcotic substance in the country?
Yes, because if you close your door, you stop what entering in your house, then I think you are not going to be afraid of what come into your house. So if the immigration really do a better job, they can stop a drugs from entering into the country. But let us look at some country that people will just walk and enter to Liberia. Go to Sierra Leone, people will just walk from Sierra Leone to Liberia. Go to Guinea, people will just walk. So the Liberian boundary is not that secure. So it just the security have to do a better job, and then the immigration have to work seriously. But I think the immigration can stop it because they are at the front line.
The reason why I'm asking this, he is suggesting that everything. First of all, everything he has condemned. He has condemned everything that is being done under this administration.
And then that was wrong. He has no right to
everything is a mere bluff. The government is not ready. I mean, the government is not doing anything. But if the government is ready to fight drugs, then the government should empower the immigration.
Well, you see,
but then the question is, where does the empowerment start from?
Thank you.
Is it about giving those guys more money in the budget? Is the fat salary going to stop the importation of this narcotic substance in the country? Because this thing is a cartel, and you know that, Francis. The people who most times want to cross with these things, they don't come with chicken change. So let's assume the man makes 300, and then this guy is saying that, look, you need to empower the immigration. The only way we'll be able to fight drugs. Okay, so the government decides, as part of empowering the immigration, let's increase the man's salary from 300 to 500, for example. Is that going to stop the proliferation of those narcotic substances in the country? Is that the solution? What he's suggesting, what he's proposing, is that in any way going to find some sort of solution to this issue?
So, Nelson, it might stop, it might not stop them. The most important here is those who are willing to serve the country. First of all, you have to serve your country. We know that we prioritize money, everybody needs to be paid. But if even you pay Chambu, no matter how many money you give them, if they are not volunteer to do the job, they may not do it. So it depends to those who really willing to serve their country. You may give them so many money.
And there you go now. You're taking a whole different side of this
discussion.
No,
but then money is not all to A. Money is not all to A. You are saying that if you give them more money, they might. And I agree with that. But then what I'm saying here is...
I was asking a question. If the salaries are increased,
it might
to stop what he's proposing now, because e- let's hear from you, Francis. I'm going to come back, but let's give Francis 20 seconds quickly. Then we're going to
Yeah,
give.
Nelson, I would say yes. Money is a very big motivator when anywhere in the world.
It might.
Even people that are playing right now, right? Sport, money make them play harder. So these people, when they go to the border, they are putting their lives on the line. If they are at the border and they don't have to worry about what's going on at home, if their children are going to good schools, if their children are eating, if their roofs are not leaking, if their family is sleeping on good beds, trust me, I'm not saying people don't take bribe. Even in the great United States, you see, that bribe get busted for corruption, right? So I'm not saying it will not be that, but it will cut it down by a huge margin. So money is a very big motivating factor for people to do their job well.
Thank you, Francis. Thanks a lot. Moba, you want to come in? I saw your hand up. You want to take 20 seconds?
Yeah, just 20 seconds. You know, the whole list, I was just going through my research stuff. But like when it comes to the immigration, like the whole sector, for it to be revamped, I think it will need a lot. Not only money, a lot. It will need a lot. Maybe when we get time, we'll come here and break it down because I was just making my research. And I see a lot of stuff that like the immigration sector will need. They will need people, dedicated people with a mindset, people with the idea, people who dare to sacrifice. Let me say that before. Let me conclude this. Nelson, I always say that two people won't get paid for in the whole world: security and teachers. We don't have pay for them, but we don't understand.
You get paid for pastor too. You get paid for pastor.
We're talking security here, my man.
You have to go to heaven. They say you get paid for security.
We're talking security.
So you get paid for pastor. You get paid for going to heaven.
My man.
Yeah. Okay. No.
My man, don't bring pastor for anything. Yeah. So if you realize that, Nelson, look, security, you gotta get law for it. You gotta dedicate yourself to it. We agree the money factor, but when you're going down, when you're trying to read the top 10 necessity or the qualification to be your immigration. Yeah. Look, money there because money in the money aspect you talk about equipping.
Baba, you. So where do you sit on this? Where do you sit? Where do you find yourself?
Like, let me say this, right? I believe that we don't even have pay. Right? We don't have pay for security, but you got to get the mindset. Listen to my English. You got to get the mindset.
But listen, the point here is Avin is recommending to the UP administration, which he campaign against. He and Vasco and they campaign against this administration. After AB Cromana tested and they're doing some things they're supposed to do to fight drugs. Avin is saying that everything is a mere bluff. The only way they can succeed is to empower the immigration.
Yeah, but
this is the same immigration that the LDEA guys worked with for some time. And AB Kroma at some point he said, "Look, if something can be done, I'll withdraw all my guys from the borders."
That's what I'm saying. They don't come to the delegation part.
Yeah, is the money sufficient enough to just get those guys, to do it the way it's supposed to?
We all on the same. We all on the same side. But where like I'm just trying to tell you, like the dedication, right? The sacrifice, the mindset. You see, you see people who go to war. They get a mindset that they join the Marine to go to war, and when they go into war, whatsoever happens, they don't care, but they go there to fight. I agree to that.
Yeah.
In that case, we need people with the mindset, and then we push the resources.
So the money would be a motivation, but there should be people with the mindset.
The mindset. If you get a mindset, that's what I just say. The whole thing in that money. Even if the last money. Let me say this.
I'm coming. Are you suggesting
the last money? Let me conclude. Even they gave the last money. They say we pay one immigration man with $5,000 United States dollars. So long you not get our mindset, you not get that discipline. You still do what you gonna do. Just still smoking in the country.
So Moba, are you driving us to a point to say that we need to have a whole new
set of immigration officers? No, it's not new set of immigration.
the
I'm
current
that.
crew.
Yeah. No, AB Kroma is
No,
doing
no, no.
well.
You're trying to fix things, but it's difficult. Maybe
No,
we're
it's
gonna
not
hold you
difficult,
there.
but you guys are
Maybe we'll hold
understanding my
you
point.
there
My
because
point is in a security sector, right?
yeah,
When it comes to the security sector, there is nothing
yeah.
about money. As I said before, even they put in all the logistics to work. As much
Okay.
they get a
Thank you.
mindset to do the work, they will
Thank you.
still have. So you got to get a mindset before the justice come in. Then you get a mindset. But how many people you know that in our country that you even sacrifice for today? At the end of the day, you still see them the whole
Thank you very
bribery.
much. Well, but let's hold you there.
Just 10 seconds, man. This thing is not true. Stop. We shouldn't be saying this. You can say, oh, we all know that these things, security, healthcare, education, these are careers that you have to have a calling, right? You have to have a calling. But if you are not getting paid, how can you do that job? It doesn't matter how much you
I'm saying you
love.
getting paid. Everybody got to understand
No, Mama, stop. I'll let you finish.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You see a whole lot here. It's not about the money. If you gotta have love for it, you can have all the love you want. You can have the perfect love in your eye, but if you're not getting paid, if your family calling you every day from work,
you're getting paid.
About to pour out of school, I want rent is due.
It's not my.
What do you think is gonna happen? That's what I'm saying here. You can do all the training you want, you can get all the equipment, all the uniform, all the drones to man the border. If they're not getting paid,
you gotta get
all that stuff to feed
Thank you,
them.
guys. Thank you. We need to hold you there because we're working in time. I think you guys have done well. Let me welcome Vasco Smo to the show and Mary Keto. Mary, thanks for joining us as well. And so since Mary is the lone female here, let me bring Mary right here. And then but I want to go to you, Vasco. Oh, okay, Alfred. Alfred, we'll come back to you. We'll come back to you, Alfred. We're going to come to you. But let's take Vasco. Vasco, what's your take on this issue? Alvin Wisa is saying that the man who served in 12 years, 6 years under the previous administration, the main attention now go to drugs issue in the country. The man saying that everything that this administration has done is a mere bluff. And that the only way they can progress in the fight against drugs is when they empower the immigration, give them logistics, a lot more money to them. Meanwhile, this is someone who served under the previous administration.
Yeah.
This is someone who was in authority, who had what it took to make things to happen, to motivate the immigration guys. He had what it takes. What it took, in fact, but this is where we are. Do you agree with him when he says that this government has done nothing to fight drugs? Do you agree with him when he says that the energy that has been exerted so far has only been after people who are the end users, not the actual importers of the substance?
Thank you, Nelson. Let me say hi to everybody. I I agree with Alvin. Alvin is a wise man. When wise people speak, it's up to the authority to listen and take note. So, Alvin, he might, maybe, in the previous government, but he's a Liberian. So he has his input in everything that will happen in the country. So I agree with him.
You personally, do you think this government has done well to combat drugs in the past 4 months?
Nelson, no. But every one of us, we are right here. What the government has, can anybody tell me what this government have done when it comes to the issue of drugs? By catching they're going to grab one lay person with one person. No, all these people the government grabbing. Okay, it was just under the government we experienced a brand new drugs coming into the country. Who knows? If these people are serious, the name Zumi, well, that initially have come out. We should have fight the issue of the Kush. But now you had two dangerous substances in the country, Kush and the zombie. So what they have done? Nothing. It is on AB Chroma there that we're seeing something new, brand new coming out. Nothing.
But
Like I
Vasco, he's suggesting that the only way this thing can be this fight can progress is when the immigration service is empowered. You know, when the guys more money is allotted. Do you agree with that as a lasting solution to the problem? You think just allotting more money to the guys, giving them the logistics, talking about the immigration guys at the border, the various points of entry, do you really agree with him that it's going to significantly reduce the importation of drugs?
definitely if that identical war, it will reduce the importation of drugs because the immigration are people that actually deal with the borders of our country.
Mhm.
You understand? But we have to be clear. The issue of drugs, especially in Liberia, I mean, you can just try to curtail a little bit, but we cannot. Nobody should fool themselves. Liberia cannot fight it.
Okay.
We
Thank you.
can't.
Thank you very much.
Because the
Um,
places, let me end that day. The places you got the immigration people at the border, those are not places the people use to transport their drugs and things around. Like I told you, I've been in Lofa County for a very long time. I know over 10, 15 different ways to enter Guinea. We used to carry cocoa, we pass right there, we go Guinea sales, and now just
oh, okay. So you guys,
Are we
you
not
guys,
part of
now you're
them? Are we
confessing.
not part of them?
we used to during the war, we used to carry cocoa in Guinea. We used to bypass the Guinea soil checkpoint, go Guinea, we sell our cocoa, then we come back. We enter Liberia.
Thank you.
Midnight.
Thank you,
Nobody
Vas.
knows.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's welcome our brother Mikel on. Mary, you want to weigh in your thoughts on this quickly, then we'll move to the next talking point after Mikel on. You
Thank
have
you.
2 minutes to do that. Yeah.
I partially agree with the individual, but I don't think he's the right person for the message. Only because the proliferation of drugs happened during their regime. It was at its highest. Where was his ideas? Where was it to tell the immigration and the LDEA to work together? We never got information of drug bosses during the CDC regime like we are getting now. And I think I understand what my brother Moduba was trying to say, Francis. I know you said that money would be a motivation to DEA and the immigration officers, which I agree to paying them, what they deserve. But money is only motivation to want to get more money. Anybody that's a hard worker, I know for sure, whenever I get more money, I only want to get more. So I work more to get more. Okay. So money will only motivate them to want to get more. And what Motherby is trying to tell you is that the love for country, when JMB came with the mantra of thing Liberia, love Liberia, and build Liberia, this is what he was talking about, because they can put things in place, but when it's not being done right by people that are supposed to love Liberia and they feel like they're hurting JMB, they're only hurting themselves as well, because you don't know where that drug is going to end up. You cannot say a drug dealer is not going to sell it to a DEA officer child. You can't say they are not going to sell it to a immigration officer child. It's coming in the country and everybody is at risk. I think what JMB government needs to do is to be radical when it comes to the people that he's dealing with in these departments. If you go 6-7 months, the person, you don't see no results from their job that they're doing, you remove them from there, because it means they don't have the love for the country that you expect from them. If the immigrations are not doing their job, the leader of the immigration don't love Liberia enough to do his job, you remove him. I don't care if they have to change leaders 4 or 5 times, let it continue to remove them until the right people that love Liberia enough can go there. But
Thank you.
to say that, will stop drugs from coming Liberia is nearly impossible. The great United States of America right now is still proliferated with drugs, even though they have the equipment, they have the manpower, they have everything. But drugs is something that it takes time for you to get rid of it. And yes, I agree, there needs to be a collaboration between the LDEA and the immigration officers. And it should be ones that love Liberia enough to want to do better for Liberia. If not, if they're not yielding results in 1-2 years, why would JMB still be keeping them?
Thank you. Thank you, Mary. Let's hold you there. Francis, I see your hand up.
Yeah,
We're
just
gonna come
ask.
to you. We're gonna come to
Okay.
you, but let's take our brother Mikael on. Mikael, your take on this just quickly. Then we move to. We're about to make a transition, but we gradually running out of time.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's good again to be back with you guys. Uh, People in the radio land, in the comment section, all over. Thank you for holding the show until always. It's a pleasure to be on here. But just to weigh my little, 2 cents on the topic is, first of all, we have to, commend the government for what they started. We all know during the past regime how the job business was looking in Liberia, how our people was, all overrated. You could see all over Liberia people standing on the street corner just sleeping with their head. It was just nobody could control it. It was not controlled. But since the government came to power, I think they put in some measure. There's still a lot of work to be done. That I can assure you. But when people, they say that if the fee's going to be good, we know from the eve. You understand? They started well. And the only thing we had to do is for the government to continue to support them, get them the logistics they need, and keep putting people in that know how to do this job and help the Liberian people to get the job out of the market. Like I heard my brother Vasco was saying, oh, the only people that after is the people, who on the end of the line. Well, if we can eliminate most of the people who taking the sustenance in the country, who would they sell to? It's one way of fighting it. So if the market start the customer of the market start reducing, guess what? The importation of that market will start reducing. So it's no way, no bad way of fighting this. This is a crime. We got to fight it on all front. If those people who importing the job, we cannot get to it in time, that get to the people who taking the jobs in time. If we can get to them, if we can eliminate the market will not continue to grow. So there's too many front to fight this war. So we should not, start throwing people under the bus when the bus
Thank you.
start picking up. So that's what
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mikael. Thanks a lot. We have to make a quick transition now to this issue. Let me bring Emmy and Toure on, but we're transitioning now. So Emmy and Toure, you can join us on the next discussion due to time. I want to say thank you. Thanks to you, Emmy. Thanks to you, Toure. Thanks to you guys for joining us tonight. But let's make a quick transition here now. Let's make a quick transition. We woke up to this information right here. Senator Amara Kane took to his social media and he posted this. I'm about to read it. He says, I am sad to report that my Senate office in the Capitol building was burglarized over the weekend. The burglars entered through the back window, ransacked the office, and made away with documents related to the MedTech investigation. A log of compensation and gasoline benefits my staff and I have received since February, and LRD 10,000 office petty cash staff lunch money. I am told that 2 other senators' offices were affected by the same by the burglary. I am reporting this here for 2 reasons. 1, the public needs to know when criminals break into a public building, when we and our staff safety matters, and 2, to create awareness concerning any stringent security measures that the legislature may put in place to protect lawmakers, their staffers, and public records to prevent reoccurrence. This is very unfortunate. He says the pro tem has launched an investigation into the matter. Guys, is there any reason why Liberians should be concerned about what the senator posted? Listen, ordinary people being posting, oh, the people they bust my door, they broke my window, they take my co-pilot from behind my house, they didn't want. But this time around, it's coming from the first branch of government. Listen, before going any further, I think those criminals must have been very brave to enter government building. Let me pull it out Liberian way. To enter government building. Like the criminal who went and took former President George Weah's TV from your house. That's similar thing here. You go enter government people building and you take computer and all the kind of stuff. But on a more serious note, let's talk about this. Before going any further, guys, let me play an interview. This interview was conducted with the director of security at the Senate. He's called Danishas Wise, and he spoke on this issue. But interestingly, it's not only Senator Amara Kane whose office was broken into. Similar situation happened with Senator Yaya Nimlin, who said, take it from there, take work crime code from there. It was not part of the agenda. And similar situation also happened with Senator Jala. So let's listen to this interview that was conducted with the director of security at the Liberian Senate. We can listen to it, and then we'll come back and make sense of it, make analysis. Just listen critically to some of the things that the director of security said in this interview.
It is an opportunity to have me here with you this morning, and it is true there was a burglary on Saturday night. So on Sunday morning, I received a call from my officers and my 2 deputies who were here on the ground. On Sunday, we invited the police, the anti-burglary department. They came and they did some photos, and we joined in, we moved around the building and saw the first 2 officers I was tampered with. So we did our own investigation. We suspected one of our officers. Based on what he told us, we have him arrested and turned over to the police that we could bring him out on Tuesday to do the investigation. Finally, then we will send a request to the Senate how far we gone. But for this morning, which is Monday, we got to know that Senator Amara Conan office for burglary too. We went there along the anti-burglary. So initially, didn't know Amara Conan was involved. We did not got that information. It was this morning when they opened the office. It was a time that we got to know that the office was tampered with, and they had 10,000 Liberian dollars missing, and they had $200 US missing, and a $700 US worth of gas slip. In Conan's office? Yes, in the Amara Conan office. So the anti-burglary team, we invited them again this morning, and they went to the office. They did all the funding, and we are on our feet to see how best we can get the perpetrator, to see how best we can curtail the entire theft issues at the Capitol building. What are the other officers? What are the items that got missing? We got Senator Jala from Lofa County. As we learned, is a full laptop got missing from there. Full laptop. Mm-hmm. And Senator Yaya Neiman office, 2 laptops, a cell phone. Yeah, but we don't know the kind of cell phone. They just saw a cell phone. Who is this officer that is currently behind bar? Now we got our officer Siafar Kamara is behind bar. Is he a suspect? Yeah, we have a suspect based on information that he gave us on Sunday morning. Siafar told us that we have 7 marks on duty 7 officers were working at night, and the places that officers, he placed those officers when the rain started coming. The officers left their position and they went to get a shelter, but it was the same position behind the building. So by round 1 to 2, he walked on them to know their position, and he left. So, quoting him, he came back to his position, and the position were closer to the windows where he's a commander sit.
So where the incident took place?
Yeah, where the incident took place. So the next officer was Officer John, that told us that when he woke up from the powerhouse where he was assigned, he did not see the commander in his position. So he decided to pass around the old Senate building, came from the front, did not see the commander. So he decided to go back to his post. In a few minutes, he noticed that he saw the commander coming, but he never knew where he came from. So in the morning, by 5 o'clock, the commander decided to do his own inventory without telling his officers. So he went to this particular window that was Burglary, Senator Yara named office, and he pulled the window. He said he pulled the window. He said, "Oh, my man, come." And like, somebody tell me of this window. So it draw the conclusion all of his colleagues, all of the officers are working at night. Why only this window the commander decided to go to? We have series of window online. So later on, he made us understand he can go and do infantry. So the officer said, "No, the infantry is being done by every one of us. Why you decide at this time you're one, and it is 5 in the morning? It's not to say it's 6 o'clock. Why you want to do infantry?" So based on that conclusion, we as a suspect until we can do the final investigation.
So how many persons were on guard that night?
7.
Could you get a name then?
I got Officer Safai, I got John Slonted, I got Vanny, I got Jusu, Walker, Plewy, and James. Yeah. So these are officers that were on post that night that the incident took place.
So now what next?
Right now, be frank with you, we have to conclude our investigation, find the root cause of this, and from there we make our next suggestion to the Senate as we've been doing, like the security department need mobility. We don't have mobility to move around. And you have a normal patrol. Often when my car was in good conditions, I come here most of the time in the night and at 1 o'clock in the morning, stay with the officer, leave 2, just to keep them out, keep them busy, because most of the theft that go on comes about 2 to 3 in the morning. Yeah, at that time, you find the criminal walking on you. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is not the first time happening. Just recently.
Yeah, since we entered this year event,
instead of the post office.
Since we got in this year event, a tough time for us. And to be frank with you, we try to put all measures
for you, please.
Okay, so let's hold the interview there. This is the director of security at the Liberian Senate talking here. His name is Danishas Wisse. He's saying that the Siafa guy who was on duty that night is behind bars. Siafa Kamara. He was a commander in charge. The big man on shift. He's behind bars for providing conflicting information. But you guys listen to the interview. I mean, I don't have much to say on this. Let's hear your thoughts on these different points that were made and following the incident at the Capitol at the offices of 3 lawmakers. Let's start with Toure. Let's just follow the order here. Start with Toure, and then we can make the rounds.
All right, Nelson, thank you so very much. Good evening to the rest of the panelists and to our viewers here in the United States and around the world. So Nelson, let's talk about the magnitude of this of this burglary first, right? At the end of the day, this is huge. You're talking about national implication, international implications, bilateral, multilateral implications. They have to understand, like, these senators, they get national briefing, right? So they have access to documents that that the executive, have access to. So when you're talking about someone, like if you're talking about that facility being breached, like what we are talking right now, we should all be worried. We should all be worried, right? I have never ever heard of anything of such, that a federal building, right? I've never heard that. Not even in Cancun, Mexico, bro. Where things like this, or in North America, where things like this can obviously happen. But for this to happen in our country, this is bad. This is really, really bad. So if there's any classified document that probably could be in there, all those documents, all those files being briefed. I mean,
No,
breached at this point.
no. You
That's
listen
another
to
problem.
you listen to Senator. You read Senator Cannon's post. He said that a document belonging to the MedTech investigation they're carrying on was taken.
That is bad.
Aside from the 10,000 Liberian dollars, aside from the 7,000 worth of gasoline, 700, right? 700 worth of gasoline and stuff like that. But interestingly, the director of security is saying that this is the second time in less than 2 months for burglary to take place at the grounds of the Capitol.
Well, Nelson, I'm not even going to talk about, in terms of money or any other valuable like gas. Look, I can care less about that. I can care less about 20 million United States dollars, right? We're talking about lives being affected here. We're talking about people having privileges to information that ordinary people are not supposed to have access to, right? So this is huge, right? And what makes it, I'm not even talking about this right here. I can put my head on chopping bowl that this was done by insider. All right.
You think so?
Absolutely. Right.
Is there any reason to believe that? Today you have 20 seconds remaining. Yes, you will be hearing contempt. I will. The senators will.
I'm telling you,
find a way to get you
from
across here.
from hearing. I mean, from hearing from the director of security. Why do you stay there over there, Nelson? Look, I don't even have to be or FBI certified investigator to know that was an inside job. It was an inside job. All right. Bessie, look, there are certain areas road they can go to. You know what I mean? There are certain area, ordinary roads can't just go to. Right? It should be, look, it was an inside job. When someone decide to actually avoid every conventional protocol that have to do with, how to do their daily briefing, and someone contravene all of those steps and do it by themselves. I'm not saying that camera guy should be whatever it is, but whatever was laid out by the director, if that's the case, then they have themselves.
Thank you.
A real suspect that orchestrated this crime. But this is huge, man. We should not take this lightly. I know we take everything lightly in Liberia, but this one right here, this should not be taken lightly because there are a lot of things that's going to be implicated, bro. For real.
Thank you.
This is huge.
Thank you. Let's take Emmy. Emmy, since you just joining in, your thoughts on this. Okay, so maybe you're on. If you're busy now, then we can move to Mary. Then we'll come back. Then we'll follow the queue.
Thank you, Nelson.
I'm in free zone.
Okay, yeah, it looks so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but go ahead, Mary.
For a very long time now, in my opinion, the government of Liberia lacks priorities. They don't know what's important. You have the government of Liberia giving people up to $1,000 gas slip, paying lawmakers $30,000 extra for county development,
Legislative engagement.
Yeah, paying them all sorts of unnecessary money, but yet a federal building can be accessed just the old man kitchen in really. Like, how can somebody go to a federal building and have access to a federal building through the window? A federal building that's not even secure. And I would like to know, for me, I would like to know their form of communication when it comes to these security officers. Because why would that officer have to leave his post just to go find out if another person is at their post? They don't communicate.
But Marie, he was the commander on ground, like the supervisor at the time.
However, he have a post too. Didn't he have a post also?
But obviously, Mary, you will want to check on your guys and want to know what they are doing.
You will check if they were communicating through radios, Nelson. What stopped him from communicating through those means? Instead of leaving his post to have to go to you are only endangering one position to go secure and to go make sure another position is secure. To me, it doesn't make any sense. And to the director that's speaking, a situation occurred on Saturday. You didn't put, higher security measure in place. You put your regular 7 guys name that you can put. They didn't inform other government officials that, look, we have a situation that occurred on Saturday. So you guys, until investigation can be done, maybe let's not leave, important documents in our office for now. No communication was done because he said that he was waiting Tuesday to do investigation before he informed the government. He didn't inform anybody. They didn't put any security measure in place. And then Sunday, it happened again. Then to top it up, he said that was the second time within this month.
In 2
months.
Yeah.
That situation occurred. Liberia lacks priority. The government as a whole, in my opinion. For a government building to be accessed that easy is a problem.
Thank you, Mary. Thanks a lot. These are some of the images from Senator Amara Kane. We'll bring you some of the ones from the 2 other lawmakers. But let's hear from you, Vasco, on this one. You are muted.
Yeah, I know, I expect the unusual things to happen at this identical period, because this is a time that things that have never happened. How my man Terrell was saying, I never see this one before. So these are the things that are going to happen. I don't want to waste time on it. I mean, these people, I don't see other people, that have similar situation like this. We don't talk it. But today, because it's the senator's office, or that is one of the public building, so we discussing it. Like, for me, I don't want to go there that much.
But Vasco, in the midst of everything we're talking about here, like Senator Amara Kane wrote, he said they are in the middle of the Medtech investigation. This burglary happened, and sensitive document relative to this investigation was taken.
Yeah, I would agree with my brother Terrell. Nelson, you see the kind of a crime? This is an organized crime. When you see the kind of thing going on, this is something that have been planned. It was not just 1 day or 2 day planning. Those guys playing properly. They don't know that when they strike, they strike. And this kind of a crime, to just get the people, the actual people that did it, they're going to be so difficult. Trust me.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, I mean, they just need to be careful, because maybe the next place will be the president's office or other key offices in the executive marshal, because these are the calamities we're talking about. So, expect the unusual things to happen under this administration.
Look, Vasco, this calamity thing here, you got, where are you coming from, a calamity?
Nancy, Have you
Why you
heard?
always bring
Nancy,
calamity on the show?
Nancy,
You have a thing the
have
whole
you
time
heard?
on Vasco
Have
stuff,
you heard?
and you
Have
say
you
we're running
heard?
out of time for
No,
the
no,
Have
show.
you
wait.
heard?
We're coming to you, Francis.
Since 1847, I stand to be
Mm,
corrected. Have
mm.
you heard criminal entering the Capitol building,
No, but
burglarizing office?
you gotta be
But I
secure to
heard
this.
that criminal enter job we are her.
Man, we talking about
But
Capitol
yeah,
building.
okay, so that's
I
it.
was saying,
In
you
President
all
George, we are
expect
living
the
room.
usual
They
things
took the
to happen.
TV. The president had to come on national TV. The crowd that they rolling went to a hall and took a TV.
To
They
your
can take
house.
president TV. Then a
Have
lawmaker.
you ever heard of that,
To your
Vasco?
house. What?
Say 1847.
We're not discussing to
Come
the
on.
president. We're discussing
Come on,
public
man.
building.
Vasco, the president you all sing for. The president like in the same chat room way.
Nancy, that was just a
They took the
fallacy.
president TV
Nobody,
on a wall in his living room.
Nancy,
Then you want to say this thing ain't happening, Vasco?
Nancy, Nancy, it is not that identical story. That the opposition came up with a story. Who will enter in the president's house and go to a TV?
Come on.
But the
Let's
president just said it.
let's
Where?
hear
You
from
get video?
let's
I will
hear
take the
from
video. Don't worry.
let's hear from our brother Moba on this one. Moba, go
Oh,
ahead.
nothing like my brother Teresa is an Easter source. Like, let me tell you, security, try to penetrate or public bidding like that. And I think let me just leave all the like Easter job or whatsoever. Let me just go direct to what I want to say.
Mhm.
I believe that a lawmaker, they are making too much, at least to put a CC camera over there. Both in their in the not in the office, but like outside the office. I mean, like to the back, to the front, like the way LBS did it, like the way Falcon did. Look at the work Falcon doing over there. They need to do it for safety. They will not, but they will take the money and they will come there and cry. We all know security is very important, like our country. Before you trace one person, it will take almost how many years to get so because we're not sophisticated. We're not getting we're not getting logistic to trace crime. We don't. So if people, a lot of things when it comes to that identical aspect, people will just do things and go free. And it will take years upon years before you find a perpetrator. It is difficult. If to say they were having a CCTV over there, I mean a CC camera, you can go up, you come down. Nobody will just buck a ride, although it's an Easter job because that identical job, not something that's a local criminal that come from nowhere. Now know the east side and they go in there and say I'm going for document. No, like somebody in there.
But the guys broke through the window. And another thing the chief of security said is that this thing happened at the time it was raining and all of that. This is where they broke through for Senator Amara Conning. This is where the guys were able to make their way through. All right.
One of the way to catch people is fingerprint. We don't even have a database of fingerprint for everybody in our country. So
Now,
how
then,
you catch those
whether
people?
real or not,
The only thing now the investigator is looking at is Romans. Like people say, okay, somebody do this, and you carry investigation, which of course is good. But that identical basis is hard to get because there was that whole planning thing is easier. So somebody from in that identical building,
thank you.
They don't want that method investigation to go on. So they come out with that identical proposal, like, you know what? We can get access to the document easily. Let's do this. Let's do that.
So that's what you think. That's what you think. That's what you think.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you,
That's what
Moba. Thanks a lot, Moba. Now, let's take Mika on this one. Then we're gonna take Emmy, Francis, and Yafana will take us to the phone lines.
Well, gentlemen, you know, like I always say, Liberia as a country, we're not ready yet. I mean, when you look at something, when you hear something, it doesn't just make no damn sense. I'm sorry.
There was. I'm just frustrated. No, let me talk out like Brian with that American way of talking.
Everybody no damn sense.
Yeah, but I'm sorry for using that word, but I'm just frustrated. Think about it. The kind of money those guys made in that building. We're sitting here talking about national. I mean, these are people who decide how Liberian gonna live, how the country gonna operate, how things supposed to be in our country, how the government's supposed to run, how everything's supposed to be in place. We're sitting here talking about local role, John over window, you know, who don't even know who that person is, trying to figure out how to put it director to do that. What kind of nonsense is that?
And we live in the 21st century.
Yes, we live in the 21st century, and we're still sitting here
Somebody say, why didn't carry the next coffee too?
Discussing things that's supposed to be happening. Somebody Jean Ryan Rayleigh, discussing on national TV. This is a shame. You understand? I mean, look at government building Liberia. They can't even paint the building. It look like rats. I mean, you look at the building, the dust from bottom to top. Those guys have no conscience. They sit there and they just wreck everything government has. And we're still sitting here talking about local road jumping through. Even that matter or documentation you're talking about, not only Senator, where name America has it. The entire country has it. People who in government, who in leadership, who in high position, who shall be dealing with those issues, have those documents. So it's not something I'm going to be worried about yet. It's nothing. So we got to do better. Liberia is, in the 21st century, we cannot be bringing the kind of topic on this thing. We got a lot of good things to talk about. In the 21st century, we cannot be discussing those guys who making $30,000+ a month, or even the average Liberian make 2 cents a day. We can be discussing things like that. Wasting our time.
So at the end of the day, what sort of message does it send about?
I mean, we're not serious.
Totality.
The entire, that means Liberia as a country, we're not ready yet. If we discuss it about our legislature, people who hold the country, people who have everything in their hand.
But again, Mikael, if you want to go there, we were just saying here jokingly, but it's a fact, it's the reality, right?
Yes.
If a president's resident can be broken into, and they take the president TV from there,
I think was something.
That's what coming tell us that the opposition story. The former president threatened to dismiss and penalize the people who were on duty that night.
What we're discussing right now is serious more than that Doria TV thing. We're talking about somebody coming to where the guy reside every day. The Ben Dessin,
Do you think that there's supposed to be some level of CCTV camera or system?
What I'm thinking is this. Not even CCTV camera is what Liberian have, or what Liberia as a country, that's what they provided. But the even better system that could have been installed all over the capital building of Liberia, just to secure even the people that go there every day for security reasons. The NSS supposed to be having that. The police supposed to be having that. Even the SS supposed to be having those kind of information with them.
Thank you.
Still sitting here talking about police director going to figure out who don't want to.
Thank you very much. No, we have to complete the cycle. We have to complete it. So let's hear from Emmy. Emmy, go ahead. Let's hear you. Then we take Francis, and Alfred will take us to the phone lines.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. I don't want to spend too much time on this because a lot of people have already said a lot. Then I'll start a speed monitor. Let me go. But let me but let me just say this. The Capitol building is supposed to be the second most safe building in the country, apart from or maybe the third, the President House, the Executive Mansion, and maybe that, right? So if it's that easy for people to break into, then the entire country is not safe. That's all I can say. Because if like everybody's already said, you don't have CCTV, you don't have those things are not even supposed to be like, it's not even supposed to be a rocket science. It's just supposed to be automatic. You're supposed to know in this day and age. So yeah, it is an inside job. They wanted that document, and I hope American is smart enough to have had a copy somewhere or on a disk or something like that. But what they wanted, and I think they feel because they are I don't think they would just have one copy of that document sitting on one person's desk and just think that's it. So I think they need to do something about that, and they need to, from now on, they need to protect every document, and this should be a eye-opening moment that they should do more to protect that building. Even though that's what the security people, you can't trust anybody because this was a clear inside job. It wasn't anything like somebody was so brave and said, I can do it, I can pass those guys and go in there. So it's just so hard. They had to do something to be able to set some kind of precedent that you can't think you can do this or connive with criminals and think everything is going to be something like that. This is ridiculous. That's all I can say.
Thank you very much, Emmy. Francis, then we take Alfred.
Yeah, I mean, if there's only one copy, it's a setup, it's an inside job. If only I'm going to have that copy, then it's a setup on that MedTech investigation. So they need to all public office or public buildings to protect the public need to have cameras. That's not a private place. You need to have cameras to protect the people that are coming in and going out. But now this is going to be the issue, right? You see how they can steal? They will put camera over there and say spend $5 million to put camera there. That's what about to happen again. People, they just criminals. They will exploit the situation if they even put camera, which of course they need it though. They need it. But go ask for the invoice after they put camera in the capital. They'll take $10 million to put camera over there. Before they even talk about that, putting if they even put it on the public places, just know that the budget for the next 6 years, that's what they will use to put camera in all the other public buildings. But
well, yeah, they get it from me. I can be that. Not distributor.
Hopefully, you know, they can do something about that. But it's an embarrassment, you know. But
Francis, you listen to the chief of the director of security say they don't have vehicles, logistics to carry on patrol during the nighttime. He said when his vehicle was up, he will use his vehicle to do patrol, but now his vehicle is down. The director of security is speaking. His vehicle is down. So because his vehicle is down, he doesn't carry on the regular patrol. And so at the end of that interview, you heard him calling on the how do you call it? The government, the Senate, the rules order, the chairman on rules order administration to see how best, who is Senator Blebo Brown, to see how best they can put something aside to at least get those guys to be mobile.
But Nelson, but the issue here is so he talking about doing it around, which of course is right. They should have vehicles. But guess what happened? They're going to buy those dishonorable lawmakers, and now $80,000 car coming up probably in 2 or 3 years from now. But the people that are actually doing the job, the people that are actually supposed to be that in the trenches, they treat them like crap. But you know what I stole PPE from then Jella Bigger. And they sit in the air condition. And when I get a car, like when I get a car, they don't even walk from the office to the hallway. They gotta use scooter. But the people that saw people patrolling, I'm not trying to excuse anything that happened at night. Because clearly you can see maybe somebody dropped the ball somewhere. But let's be realistic here. Why think our police ain't got no respect? When you call police people, I still get a story I went like January 2022. My cousin driving, I see the police cruiser. The begin say, oh, that one people in here. I said, what you mean? Say you see that cruiser? So I said, why the police can drive here? He said, call police, call keke for them to bring it. So one serious country, the people that are supposed, the population should be calling to come and protect them in real time. When somebody breaking in your window, you should be able to call 911. Let them come to you. Those people, they gotta wait for keke to bring it. But the people that don't even that can drive, I don't even walk from an office to another office, that they get the cars that can buy 5 cars for police people. One of that car can buy 5 cars for police people. What sense that makes? Our country ain't got no sense.
Thank you, Francis. Thank you.
Not the country, the leaders. It's the leaders, not the country.
Calm down, Francis.
Yeah, the leaders make the country now.
Francis.
People there driving $80,000, $60,000 car when you can get a good Toyota, right?
Exactly.
You can use $25,000 and buy a Toyota and put a belt and whistle, the siren, everything on it. When you're driving yourself, right, in the street, even the police people when they're moving, or even when you see the siren, even the ambulance, you shaking the mover on the road. That's the type of fear and respect that we have for law enforcement here. Even if they're not coming for you, when you look at rear view mirror and you see that siren, you put it over. Imagine in Liberia, policemen driving behind you.
The police
Policemen
slapping the
slapping the
police
full
ear.
dress. And they in a vehicle. You respect law enforcement. But police guy got shake a hand with $10, let them leave you and go. But they listen when they send out order, they got $80,000, $100,000 car. Our country ain't ready yet.
Thank you very much, Francis. Let's take Alfred.
Money not enough. One more.
Finally, Alfred.
Well, thank you for having
today
me.
you're gonna get your time. You will do your closing, sir.
Thank you for having me, Nelson. You know, everything have already been said. Like, it is not like I'm not going to repeat everything over and over. But one thing I want to say is that this is deep, because you know, when the house is fighting within, when the brothers are fighting within, it's very hard for you to find who is your enemy, because brothers are fighting against brothers. This is very deep. Secondly, I think the Amaran Cornell was not supposed to public this on social media, because the country is supposed to have its own secret. They have to come together as a leaders and solve this problem because I think most of the things that happen in Liberia with your public aid, so the international community, people who may want to come and do the investment in our country, that may scare them away, because everything is outside there. Every single thing is outside there. I think he was not supposed to public that. Then number two, it's very easy about communication. The police need to communicate. The securities need to communicate. Communication is very easy. You don't have to leave your office to come and check on me. You just dial my number. If I don't respond, maybe I'm sleeping. So you see, everybody have said the same thing. Liberia, we have to do better. We have to do better, because now Liberia needs safety. No one is safe in Liberia at this moment, because why? We don't even know what's happening. In this case, it's very deep. You can't tell who is at fault at this moment. It could be even the person that blew the alarm could be the cause. You don't know. So I don't want to say things over and over, man.
You know, thank you. But to the point where you say he shouldn't have published this particular thing, in the senator's write-up, this is what he said. He said he published this for two reasons. In the second paragraph there, he said, number one, the public needs to know when criminals break into a public building, we and our staff safety matters. So he said the first reason why he published is this issue is for the safety of his staff, and that the public needs to know whenever there's some level of burglary at any public facility. And then he said the second reason, he said number two, to create awareness concerning any stringent security measures that the legislature may put in place to protect lawmakers, not just him, but other lawmakers, their staffers, and public records to prevent the reoccurrence of any unfortunate situation of such. Alfred, you want to say anything on that quickly? Then we'll to the
I agree. I agree with what you said, but what needs to be done for now is investigation. Blowing the alarm is not going to solve the problem. Having lengthy investigation, trying to know the root or the cause of the problem, that could have been done for now. But now, if you public it, the person said that may be at fault. Now they will take their precaution that, oh, now they are hunting beyond us. So we have to be very careful. But if you remain silent and you run your investigation, I think, in my own view, you are going to find the result.
Okay, thank you very much, Alfred. We're going to take just 4 calls.
Nancy, I sent you something. Can you please highlight that when we're done?
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to take a look at it, but we're going to take. Okay, let's make it 5 calls, or let's say 6 calls. We're going to take 3 from the local lines, and then we take 3 from the WhatsApp number that's on the screen. So let's go to our local line 0555 101075 0555 101075. This is big. 0555 101075, and the WhatsApp number is right on the screen in case you want to make your contribution via WhatsApp. So let's take our first call here. Okay, no, we lost that person. Let's see if we can take this one. Trying to go through what I have here. Okay, so this person. Hello. Please lower the volume of your radio, sir, and then you can go ahead.
How are you?
Yeah, go ahead. You're live.
Thank you very much for having me on your radio. So, really say something about this. In security, they are not vigilant. Because if when they were vigilant, they will do their job well. And they pay. They not pay. They can't pay the security rightly. So, in this situation, they say the security have to be more vigilant to continue doing that job.
Okay,
That's
thank
my
you.
take.
Thank you very much. The next person, hello, you are live. Your name and where you call from?
Hello, this is Elia.
Yeah.
I'm calling from District 2.
Go ahead quickly. Let's hear you.
That thing is an inside matter. That security, then they will hold all of them. They don't want brother people inside our place there. Get for the document. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And then we take the next person from the local line. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Your name and where you call from?
Isaac Mojinian calling from Tubero, Cow Feeders Estate. I'm set to be of the political pusher.
Okay, go ahead.
The top of the discussion, it drew my attention to two key things or three key things. One of which have to be the issues about we being in the 21st century. I must agree that the document in question was kept, it was not done manually. So in order to get this document, if only it was only American who had it in his possession, he should have it in his laptop or his desktop.
Okay.
That's one. Two, security supervisor who was on shift, he need to be investigated thoroughly because going to dot inspection or whatever they refer to investigated alone, that's alone single some level of criminal, I don't know, getting involved in the situation.
Thank you very much. Let's then go to the WhatsApp line and take the three calls with this call. So we're gonna take the last three calls from WhatsApp, and then we can come back to do our closing tonight. Of course, you're listening to the late night show, the late night politics on Spoon. We're here tonight. Well, I don't know, for some reasons the WhatsApp line. Okay, so let's see if we can take this person. Hello, you are live. Your name and where you calling from? Okay, so let's take this person. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you call from?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Let's hear you. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, Nelson. Tommy Jr. from Virginia.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good evening to you, good evening, or good morning to all of our wonderful panelists. Great discussion tonight. So much to opine on, but I'm going to go with the substance abuse thing. I mean, it's kind of difficult. I agree with him on one point that the LDA needs more money to fight this, but I disagree with him that the government isn't doing anything. I think they're making little strides. Nobody start off and make the big bust, right? You got to keep working at it little by little. The only thing I'm disappointed with the government about is the fact that they did not include the Ministry of Education into this whole substance, the battle against substance, which made me feel like perhaps they're not putting a lot of emphasis on the prevention. Nelson, if there's, and somebody else said this on the panel, I forgot who he was. If there isn't a market for this substance, we won't have importation problem. The last thing I want to say is there's a reason why in Wyoming, New Hampshire, there isn't a drug problem there because nobody there is using illegal substance.
Okay.
Prevention matters. Prevention needs to be taught in schools. The government need to add the Ministry of Education to this task force so that we can stop this thing from an early age so that our young people don't grow up and become addicts. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for your input tonight. Let's see if we can go back to the WhatsApp line and take this person. Okay, I lost that person. Let me squeeze one person from the local line. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead quickly.
Hello, my brother.
Yeah, go ahead quickly. Let's hear you. You
are speaking with Mr. Sana from Private Division number 17.
Go ahead. Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, so my interest is really surrounding the issue of this PA and that of this team made by Aaron Wilson. You know, every security sector has a responsibility. The immigrations are responsible for the borderline. I don't see a reason why people should see them getting different attention. Their responsibility is to make sure that no foreign substance, no foreign person enter the country without going through investigation.
Okay.
So what extra thing do they need? All we need to do is that people should do their job with due diligence and respectability.
Thank you.
So in my mind, we said just try to make a better blog and be something government trying to say all that. So thank you very much for your
Thank you very much for your input. We appreciate you, sir. I think we're gonna hold the calls there and come back to do our closing. Let's start with Vasco. Let's just follow the queue here now. I see Vasco, Mikael, Ture, and we just so Vasco. We're gonna do our closing for 1 minute each. I have the timer set, so let's start with you, Vasco.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. I mean, it was a great show. Sometimes it's good we discuss this issue, and tomorrow we're gonna be here again. I just want to say to you guys, have a pleasant good night, and I wait for you guys. I know from here we'll get our usual stuff. Thank you, Nelson.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Hold the video. Let me get
I'm not letting Polo think we do drugs, so yeah, you just
go ahead,
don't
Mikael.
I'm not sniffing anything like you.
Mikael, go ahead.
Just yeah.
Well,
So exactly.
we gotta close.
No, guys, let's do our
Make it take 5 minutes. You have to.
No, they say 1 minute, my man. I already set my time on rely. I got you.
Yeah, go ahead, Mikael.
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, I was just a little bit pissed about the whole security at the Capitol building. We're not supposed to be discussing issue like that at the Capitol building. They got enough money to protect themselves, to protect the country. So we look at they got high tax, to be performing for Liberia. They can't just be sitting there, discussing local things like that. And when it comes to the drug issue we're talking about, like I said earlier, whatever way the government can do to get rid of drugs in our country, that they fight for it. Even if they're a user, they can get to eliminate those market, they can do that. Because if that drug is coming to Liberia and nobody buying it, they're not getting the drugs importers not getting the money they need, they will not be bringing it because they spend money to get those things. They don't get it for free.
Okay.
So I would stop there. A lot of people stay here so they can finish.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mikael. Mikael did this thing in time. Ture, it's over to you. Is it convoluted tonight or what?
It is way,
convoluted.
Convoluted would be an understatement.
1 minute.
Go ahead.
But let me say this, Nelson, and I'm going to go across. The battle of drugs, obviously, nobody does it more than the United States. And up to today's day, America have not laid their hand, let alone win any of that battle. They spend almost $20 to $40 billion a year battling drugs. So the government will do their part. And Vasco, you're absolutely right. That border is so wide open with limited resources for border patrol. So that's not going to work. And then, Alfred, Liberia is subscribed to an open democracy. All right? You cannot conceive certain information from the public. So America was absolutely right to bring that to public. And besides, it don't hurt for coming public with that anyway. Okay. International community, they will work with people that are transparent in information, providing information to the public, opposed to people, or opposed to government that are actually hiding information. That in any way it's not gonna hurt anything. He's not disclosing anything that was taken as far as classified documents, right? I'm pretty sure he did not literally list all of what that was. I mean, the cash part, obviously, that's a petty thing to this thing. Nobody care about whatever $25 million that was taken. But yeah, man, a serious country need to do serious things. JB is doing his best, but you still need to do more. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's hear from Alfred. You have 1 minute.
But that's it. Don't bang with it. Thank you.
Your mic is muted.
Liberian government, both current and period government, consider to be careless government because of what's happening. So you should be able to secure yourself before you secure somebody. So the statement I make, you can go and expose what's happening in your house. But if you don't take care of it, you are just making yourself to look common or to look little in front of the other countries. So I agree with what you said. Number two, when you are taking an oath to serve your country, you are not going to say, I'm solemnly swear that I will serve my country, but if you don't pay me more money, I will corrupt. So I started making a statement when Nelson cut me off before Francis stepped in and then Mobile stepped in about diligent people who love the country, who willing to serve their country. Those are the people we need. You can give them millions and billions of dollars. If they don't willing to serve this country, it will still be a mess. So, but then that is the point I wanted to make. But then I was caught up, and then my fellow panelists came in and stepped forth. So, my brothers, like bro, we have to do better. Like bro, it's not safe. And in the land of those dark men, those people know what is happening. You and I don't even know. They know more than you and I do. We are just making noise here.
Thank you. Let's hear from you, Princess.
So we just causing noise here, Alfred.
Do you know what happening? Do you know what happening in the system?
Guys, let's do this. Let's give Princess his time. Princess, please do your closing, sir.
I'm the timekeeper.
Can I start now, right? Folks, we can try to allow ourselves, one saying people that have love for security, you put them there to do a good job. Without pay, nobody will do a good job, especially if their children are hungry. They will think twice. That's how people get compromised. That's how good people get compromised. Sister Marie talk about, when you pay people more money, they will just want more money. But she mentioned that our job to pay more money, she will work hard to make more money. The key word there is work hard to make more money. So you're already getting money. Because you want more money, you have to work harder to get more money. So that's only fair. But the people are not even getting money. But then you say, go do law. How does that add up? That 1 + 1 doesn't add up. So that one, they got to pay the poor first. But the second thing I want to push for folks, the fire situation, our late night crew, they're going to come true. Our sister Marcia Snelling and one of our other sisters who doesn't want that name to be mentioned have already bought into the raffle.
Okay, yeah.
Let me buy to the raffle, or we'll go to Spoon Talk as a CEO to promote this PlayStation 5, brand new. We say the late night crew can come true for us. Maybe Spoon Talk can come true for us.
Everybody on said there will come true.
We're not promoting the game. We don't show.
We coming that.
I would text you.
We need to buy the smoke.
Guys, let's do this now.
Text me,
Marie, please go ahead. Marie, my man, you in the mail chat, you
exactly. You chat with me.
No, my man. I text me individually, my man.
Okay, thank you. Marie, can you do your closing? Let's hear you.
I mean, bring PS5 Benedo, maybe smart.
Go ahead, Marie. Let's hear you.
Look, Francis, I said what I said. Even in the great United States here, people are getting paid, but there are border patrols that are taking money from drug dealers. It's not going to change anything. The love of a country should be first and foremost before what you get. That is why they said don't ask what your country will do for you, but what you
can do for your country.
Okay.
A lot of people are not hungry. They put us out there, not hungry.
It's not going.
She has 20 seconds remaining.
We have to love Liberia enough to fix Liberia. And to Americone, amen. See that cabinet, how vulnerable that cabinet was. A lawmaker have a cabinet in my house where you can just open, no key, no lock, no nothing. Not a save, but if you ask them for their savings, for the money that they're accumulating from Liberia, they got it in a secure area. But a government, a document for a whole country investigation is that vulnerable. Jesus.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's take Emmy. Emmy, do your closing.
Thank you everyone for coming, and you see Vasco distracting me.
Anthony, you do your closing, but yeah, Emmy, go ahead.
But
Emmy, your timer is on. Okay, let me reset your time, please. Take your 1 minute, Emmy.
Yeah, so the drugs issue, I know I wasn't able to speak on that, so I would not. I agree with my sister Mary about the whole love of country, and then money will come in as well too. So yeah, we have to learn how to do that, everything. We know we have to eat. Our children have to eat, but you want to leave a better country for your children. So we have to have some kind of love, at least not in our mouth. We love Liberia, our country, all this, but you have to make some sacrifices to be able to make Liberia to be better and look good like every other country that you see around you. Thank you. We don't have enough time. We have to be talking like we got half food in our mouth, and so I gotta go. Thank you, and have a blessed day.
Thank you, Emmy. Let's hear from Moba.
Thank you, Nancy.
Anthony, wait, Moba, just hold on a bit. Anthony, you have to define what you want to do. You want to do your closing, or you just want to observe? Anthony Gay.
Oh, you want me to do closing? But I even make a statement. I'm gonna do
closing.
Just do 1 minute closing because we have to go. We have time.
For me, I'm glad I'm back here. Look, listen. Liberia is in a deep mess, and the Unity Party government need to put her act together. She's not newbie to governance. She has been here before, and is the most experienced since post-war Liberia. So I don't think we should be having what we're having right now. American football analogies is that they continue to fumble the ball, meaning you're dropping the ball over and over. Do the right thing, get this ball rolling, put the country in the position where we don't want Liberia to turn to Dubai tomorrow. That's not what we're talking about. But the basic stuff that people are supposed to have should be happening for the people. That's all we want. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. The first time the man did the shortest closing ever since he came on the show for over 4 months.
Be brief like that. Wow, congrats.
Take us home tonight.
Yeah, thank you, Nestle. For me, I'll just stick on the security aspect when it comes to the Senate House, our Burglary, right? Nestle, it's very easy. We got cyber security, right? People use digital badge. Before you enter in any facility, that's scan and enter. So anybody that will enter, they get record on you. So I think the Senate need to come out, without, if because right now we live in March, we live in the 21st century. We even discussing about fingerprint. So anybody can walk in, do anything, and walk out. You get nothing on them. So I think appealing to the Senate, right? I'm asking them to use that method, the cyber security method, which is the digital badge.
Your computer screen jump.
The digital badge, right? Where you would use, you would scan. Everybody would scan and enter. So even when you leave, before anybody to Burglary, it will not be easy. So anybody, when you leave, somebody coming after you, you already know the person. So anybody that will enter that facility will have that badge. When they scan it, it already entered the system. That everybody know what's going on. But I think the Senate need to come up and do better for our country, because if somebody can enter the Senate and do things, even when I inside work, they worry about the common man who not know nothing. We not even get food to eat to a house. Somebody that walk on in the middle and then do something to him. So I think the security, we got to revamp our security. We preach on the thing from before the United Party government can come to power. We preach on it. That is revamp the security. That is revamp. We live in the 21st century, man. That is revamp the security. Let our people live in peace.
Thank you.
It's just
Thank
crazy.
You,
yeah.
Thank you, Moba. I think it's been a great show, and I want to say thanks to everyone for being here tonight. We were able to end up in time, but just I think it's we deserve a round of applause. We for the first time we're able to end. In fact, we have two minutes left, but
let me use that 2 minutes now.
No. To do a special birthday greeting. I want to do a special birthday greeting for little Anita Royalty Kabla. Today is her birthday. Happy birthday,
sweetheart. Happy birthday.
Your mom Maggie of the Late Night Show is wishing you happy birthday as well.
Oh, is that Maggie's daughter? Oh, wow.
Yeah. She's celebrating birthday today. Happy birthday.
That's Maggie's daughter?
Yeah.
Look, just
so Maggie had 2 sons.
Okay, so again, I want to say everyone watching, please. Francis, can you put the PS up? Our brother has decided to undertake an initiative
Wow.
To
That's
get
nice.
some
We'll have a whole show, Nelson, on Saturday. That's what we always say. We never do.
smoke alarms that can be shipped to the country to help people, to help save lives. And because he's passionate about this thing, he has decided to even auction his PS5, right? PS5?
Yeah, brand new
So
PlayStation
it's
5.
a
Never
whole
even
raffle
been
draw
plugged
we
up
have.
before.
It's a whole
Brand
raffle
new.
draw we have on Saturday to be a part. Just
I listen.
Nothing I've frozen is actually $50 to get into the raffle. We need a minimum of 25 people. Right now, we're looking for 22 people. Only 2 people have bought into it. Marcia Snelling, our sister Marcia, and another sister who said her name shouldn't be mentioned, but she bought 2 slots. Marcia bought 1. We need a minimum of 25 people. It can be more than 25. But our proceeds will go to purchasing smoke alarm to send to Liberia to help give our people a fighting chance against this fire situation. The raffle was supposed to be this past Saturday, but we didn't get enough people. So we'll push it this Saturday coming up. It will be done on a late night show, guys. So yeah, please help us.
Okay.
If I don't see nothing, I'm gonna ask if CEO Staton can do it on the spoon talk, because maybe I want with Jerry more money to buy plain smoke alarm, but we hope our late night crew will come through. You know,
Put me there. Put me there.
$50 you can get 4 tickets by paying
Well, if
$200.
any of y'all win it on this show, people would say that it was rigged. So
No.
I'm just throwing it out there like that.
No, but you're right. You're right. You gave me a
That's what we really need. Put in an empty container. People will see
And
that.
Lee Lacoste sent
This
his
is a
money
plug-in.
and he doesn't win. I mean, wins will say the raffle was rigged.
So for me, I hope I always contribute to the cost.
People always talk anyway.
People always talk about sister Johnny.
More Ali don't bring water in the country now, so you gotta worry about fire grenade.
You see, they get love for that country, but they don't even
Let me answer the man.
on the scene way we come to our country. The thing they love that for our country, your own different.
Vasco,
So go to Georgia, go home and say,
we'll
do another marshal.
everything. What does
We will
they
help
have?
our Liberian people. Because I said, when we send a smoke alarm to Liberia, we're not going to either be sedition or you United Party scene or you Liberian Party. We're going to distribute everybody for free. Everybody can give it to. So go hard, Georgia, say, and build your house. Then we all let help our Liberian people. Thank you.
You like it, you must miss it, but I said. You must tell them miss no.
Yeah. No, I see maybe we can tell what on Thursday.
Water in the country, so we don't worry about fire business.
But their country got water all over. We'll still need those things.
I know. Don't you have fire smoke detector in your house?
People don't even know that you fight that.
Now, Vasco don't even know what smoke detector is. Even though you live in America, you don't even know why it's for. So I don't blame you.
Fire detector for smoke. The moment the smoke comes out, everybody get out. You know
the fire left Morocco already going to the rural area. So that fire detector,
they figure your criminal acts out. They figure it out that you're putting fire on people's houses.
No, that's cool. They were very serious. That's what they were doing. That's why one time I got versed with the entire investigation team, because they bring nobody to book. And a lot of people were complaining about it. People were chunking bottle with gas in their houses. And people saw some of those guys, but it was down to my
SG that Vasco biggest fan of SG the chat room. He said Vasco can be flogging us.
Vasco brain.
Best Smith, if you want to contribute, please inbox me on Facebook. Inbox me and on Nelson need to post my caption and sell information.
Right here.
Right?
So we get so that we can send our money through.
If you have access, please post the cash app and sell information. So
my cash app?
No, why? Because Nelson have it. I thought you have access to the same wave. I mean to the.
So you sure about that?
No, to the stream yard.
Nelson, tomorrow let they rest.
For instance,
I'm
wall of mouth and then put
You know what?
Right there.
Yeah, you can do that.
But if I do that now, I'll get off the show, right?
No, you don't have to. You just go to a setting and then do it through there. You'll still be on.
But you can be now. I'm already closing.
I mean,
but
there's an equipment right now, so
I know there's not lot, no power. But guys, if you want to cash out on Zelle, it's 610-470-9142. 610-470-9142. We are going to do the drawing this Saturday. If we don't hit 25 people minimum, everybody has sending money. I'll send your money back.
No, we're not saying that, but we'll keep going.
Oh, no. Because it's for the raffle. If we have 25 people, even if it's 24 people, I will send 24 people money back to them.
Do you already put me among those? Do you already?
Guys, it's not about the game. They want that your one donation. Can save the life of somebody.
But listen, friends, you say you are selling the game first, and now you don't go.
I didn't say I was selling it.
I'm
not selling it. I'm raffling it. This game is more than $500. But I say $50 per person to participate. We need a minimum of 25 people. I'm not selling it. I'm raffling it. So somebody can pay $50 and they can win the game. But you want to increase your chances.
You pick your name when you put all the people
you get send 3 to get money.
Then you get 3 chances
to win. You got 3 chances to win.
You got three chances. So yeah.
Princess, give me the number again and let me put it in the comment section for you.
610-470.
Guys, Princess number there.
So Princess, you must tell me. I will hear you all. You put my 3 ticket Nina, yeah.
Like I said, one of our sisters here already paid $100. She got her new one entered twice. And one of our sisters paid $50. So right now, only 3 entries we have from 2 people. So the more people are coming, but by Saturday, late night show, that's when we'll do the drawing. Nelson will pick the name right in studio. And the winner, whoever win, we will send
also Francis, they will shake it, only take 1 name, all right?
Yeah, only 1 name coming out. What do you expect? That one game.
You like 3 times your people.
No, I understand. But listen, my how went way back. The time to pay that bogolo back. I think you put your money there, you do it you want.
But they can get 3 my brother, I think the question you're asking is they can get 3 winners for different prices. You know what I mean? Maybe like something else.
Maybe the first place
you can
How you get the money by you doing the job to get money? Then you get money.
No, because I want people to say, oh,
no.
If we don't get 25, I'm not doing the raffle.
No, not that. People say second place supposed to get $25 price. Then I say half friends say will get the money.
And that's an example now.
You can bring another item.
This was just example.
Go to second place. If somebody want to donate another item for the raffle, you can present another item.
Let me tell you this. I got the PS4. I've been playing it, doing not brand new like yours. I can give it to you. You put it on there. It could be a second.
I mean, that would be good. I mean,
that's the second prize. The second prize is used. This first one is not used.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, I still playing them. I still play it. It's good. But...
you know, I
said I'm just trying to say it's usable. You know, you can.
But it's not about giving it. I still play there. I still.
No. I just want to let them know that.
The game 2 years ago.
You know,
SG is not about the price. It's just
controller. Yeah.
That's not about the price, guys. Because we know the game is more than $500.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm doing a raffle. That's why I said $50 per person. Not about the price. What we need is to generate more money. That's why I said minimum 25. But we got 50 people set to buy every penny. We'll go to Home Depot or Lowe's for smoke alarm.
They're eating bread and drinking tea for the gas.
Not food and bread.
I didn't want a radio with it talking here.
You are. Please don't stop your tabata. You are on the
We are
radio.
though. We are live, bro.
Francis,
We stay on.
want me
So
mail it to you?
We're
Let
gonna
me
talk about
know.
that.
Give me
I
an
said,
address. I'll mail it there.
No. Vasco, get ready to start pressing chocolate radio.
You don't have to mail it to me.
I said,
You can keep yours on the night of the show. When Nelson pick the winner, the first Nina Kama will get a PS5. Then Nelson pick another Nina. Then the second Nina will get a PS4. Then you can mail it to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't have to mail your system to me. Just keep it. The second. So, guys, as you can see, now we got 2 game systems. We got a PS5 and we got a PS4. So the PS5 for the first place, the PS4, our brother Mika One has graciously donated his PS4 for this.
I have a question. Are you guys gonna? Then you have to do a separate price for the PS4 draw, and then you do a separate price for the PS5 draw.
No, man.
I mean, hold on. Just gonna be a one draw. This can be 2 draw now.
It will only make sense that
nobody wants second hand PS4.
So you can do 2 draw now.
I already said it's a used one. I didn't say what new. I said
let me make it interesting. Let me make it interesting. So I too have another PS4 to throw in there too.
Okay.
That's
it. You know,
I used it.
My family, you know what? We're not increasing the number now. We're not doing number
$30
25.
do up to 60.
$30 for the PS4 draw.
It's more than $250 right now to get a PS4.
Yeah, you know what? But
$30.
In order 2 minutes, I stay in the country. You know how long they've been having a PS4?
No, but guys.
Vasco, if you can't help, let's be quiet, Vasco. If you can't help our people, don't destroy other people for helping.
Let's do
it. On your mind, I can come out of power. Hey, never gonna happen. Let's help our people.
Let's do this, guys. At the end of the day, it's not about the PS4 or PS5.
Exactly.
It is about the initiative, right? Initially, Francis has said that.
Reposted them right in the chat.
Initially, Francis have said that the people should reach out to him, be of help in whichever way they can, to get the fire alarms. But at the end of the day, it's more like a raffle draw. The PS4 is far way more than $50. It's more like a raffle draw. All right. So as many people that get registered to enter, the money not going in Francis' pocket. He's going to add on to it, plus what other people are adding into it, to be able to get as many fire alarms. The goal here is to get 1,000 fire alarms. Smoke alarms that will be shipped to the country. So Vasco they want about no politics inside.
No politics.
If you feel for Liberians, if you feel for Liberians, if you feel for that little child who lost his life, who was severely burned. I'm looking for the video. Where do I have the video here?
But you gotta put a video about
that child.
I'm begging up for that video up again.
That child who lost his life. If you feel for those people, of course, you can make the sacrifice, be a part of it. It's about Liberia, it's about our country. And I hope we all can see the need to form part of this initiative. Just a $50, can be a whole lot. It can help save a life. So again, I think that's how I would like to wrap up. I want to say thanks to everyone. It's been a great show. And we look forward to being here tomorrow.
So Nazim put his stuff up. I know he says an old trick, but at least it started again.
Can you read it from your end? Can you read it from where you are, Emmy? It's kind of difficult for me to pull it up from here because I have some challenges for now.
Miami,
so guys,
what's that?
So this is
using the to the chat room. Let will be seeing it.
I think I did.
Okay.
Is a chat that somebody posted in the spoon chat room?
In our chat room.
No. I think it's a lady that telling something that she just witnessed. She said, "Hello, all. My family and I just witnessed a scene from the window around 1:30 a.m. to 2:45 a.m. today, and I have decided to share so that all can keep guy. I'll just fill in the blank, okay? Someone initially left a baby wrapped in a white cloth right in front of our gate. The baby was crying over 30 minutes, and I get it stops. She doesn't know what says, okay? And it stops crying. A guy in black hiding behind our wall crawled to the baby and hit the baby to cry again. When they realized no one was coming out to check on the baby, he crossed to carry it off the road. And in a few minutes, a taxi came and they got in and left. So I guess
Wow.
that's the new trick. They wanted to see whether somebody would come out to open the gate or whatever. So there was something. And she's trying to let people know. So since we on the show, I just decided to, flag it out. So if you're in Liberia, be safe and
Damn
look
it.
out for these kind of tricks in the book. Well, sometimes
Every
it might
daily
be
pocket,
remember.
different idea.
Yeah.
Guys, just
So thank you.
It's
Thank
scary.
you.
It
I think
actually
that's a serious safety
yeah, it's scary.
concern.
It might not
And
even be there. It might be some
people
kind
are
of.
doing it now. Sometimes it's a pregnant woman. You hear the pregnant woman crying, "Oh, I imping, I need your help." And if you just open your door before you know it, the guys will gang up on you. So these
Yeah.
things are happening. And sometimes even driving at night, you see some pregnant woman standing near the road. Oh, I ain't paying, yeah, drop me. But again, let me say this, right?
But nothing
There are
fucking. I just want to tell
sometimes there are
Tommy
people.
Jr. You just got me
So,
$30.
yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming. Yeah. So yeah, I saw Tommy's coming. I'm coming to
Yeah, he
that.
just sent me
So, but
$30.
yeah,
Sugar. So thank you, bro. Thank you. Go ahead, Nazi.
yeah. So what was I saying? I think I lost my train of thought.
No, you're talking about a old scam in the
So
book when you're driving women, pregnant women.
yeah. So stay safe. I just hope we can be here tomorrow again. Yeah,
I mean, I
sometimes
think right
women
now, still thinking
do,
about it. It's scary.
ask for help
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Sometimes you get, but sometimes there are people who are really in need of the help.
Yeah,
So
that's the
that's where it
scary
get
part.
confusing.
That's why now
Yeah,
all the things that are
sometimes,
running in my mind right
No,
now.
but
sometimes you got
Nelson,
people who really in need and
Nelson,
you pass them
Nelson,
stuff like this.
there is no help you can render at the detriment of your own safety.
How do you?
All right.
Or your own,
If
or
I
your
see
own
a
rate.
pregnant woman, by the street side at that
Yeah,
time of the night when
Distinguish
it's not normal for people to be in the street at certain
those
times of
who
the night,
are
I'm not stopping. You know what I mean? Look,
really
so something that you can just see it
in
out of the
need.
ordinary.
that's
For
safety
that
first.
same,
From those
reason, even this country, it had to get help.
who are
Because if
You
you
Exactly.
get
can't.
help,
Not even hard
Yeah.
there.
and that person say you rape them, you jump on
listening
there in the car, forget it. As a blind
to
male, you just forget it. You're done.
You done.
So
Nelson, I'm not
you
gonna
can't
lie,
even get
right?
left in the country like that. Nope. Not
They
especially the
happen to
female.
be in Guinea. I'm
Guys,
not gonna lie,
Yeah.
bro. Prior to me coming to the
help.
US,
Help
I'm
me
not
now,
gonna lie.
man.
I was
I gotta
helping
stop.
this lady.
All right,
This
guys.
lady had on
Francis, I
flat
have a
tires.
suggestion.
but again, I want
This-
I'm sorry.
to
I
say
said I have a
this lady-
suggestion about.
things
Yeah,
to
go ahead, Alfred.
Okay, the
everyone.
suggestion I have about
is
PS5 is that why can't we
Keep
continue?
your suggestion.
Vasco, you can log off.
Wait a minute,
You're not here too.
What's your
Well,
problem?
Vasco, they ain't closing the show.
I
now.
mean,
Francis, the suggestion I have about PS5 is
Junior
that why can't we proceed with the
thing
PS5 and pay the $50?
for
So after that, the money will generate.
making
If you
those
want to generate another money, we can use PS4 for the future. But for now, why can't we just stand with PS5 and proceed about that? It's just my individual view, individual projection. What do you think about that?
What is Nelson doing on the phone?
I welcome any suggestion, anything we can do to raise this money and buy smoke alarm. That's fine with me. So if we want to do the PS5 first, then the following week we do the PS4. Because we got 2 PS4 right now.
Yeah, that can be different price. We can
every week we can do it for the next 3 weeks. So this Saturday can be the PS5.
Yes.
The following Saturday can be the PS4, and then the next one can be another PS4. And our other brother, Nathaniel Stacey Jr. from Sweden, he also purchasing smoke alarm. He had purchased over 50 right now. He will ship it to me. He's an artist. He does artwork. He said he would donate one of his artwork to raise funds. So
that's nice.
Yeah, he's a very good artist. So but I will call him later on to talk about it.
And look, though, I totally agree with our friend's suggestion, right? They have the first draw with the PS5. Maybe after another week or so, then we'll do the other PS4 or something like that. You know what I mean? To keep it interesting, instead of giving everything on the same day.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense because these consoles are expensive. They're not just we can just put all of the game in one drawing. So yeah, that's what we'll do. The next 3 weeks we'll be doing drawing every Saturday. The next 3 weeks.
I retired from gaming now, man. My daughter can give me chairs now to play video games.
It's okay. You can put in your iPhone. We'll take it.
All right, guys.
Yeah, the video game time for me is over.
So I guess we'll see tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Good night to our viewers. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, Nelson, why you? Nelson,
we still live.
Holy snap! Nelson going again?
We still live.
I thought he was taking us live so that we can catch it.
Do we forget to do we didn't forget to stay on Vasco and all that?
Yeah, but we stay live. If they say we're not live, then we can party.
Yeah, but they forgot to stay on like we do. Like
wait, now they can't join the animal, even when it's interesting.
So they can come back. Nelson will put them back on.
Nelson is not there.
One thing I want to tell you, says Amy, is that some people, their goal is to make you unhappy. That's why they continue to say things. For me, what I would suggest, not to respond to Vasco. Chatting knows him. Chatting knows him. Me, like sometimes I join the meeting until the end of the meeting, I will not say anything because I'm not going to waste my energy. He been attacking me in so many ways. Why will I argue with Vasco? He knows him.
We're still live.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying he can attack me. I will say
no, I know. I'm talking about,
That's all. If you want to come, the door open, let him come.
No, he cannot come until Nelson get out of coma. Nelson! Oh, snap.
Oh, no. I've been having issue with internet. Not
exactly. Please. Tommy's starting to laugh at us.